Hi guys, my name is Nonima Dikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about today's proceedings because a lot was happening. Let's talk about the SEPS detention protocols quickly because my goodness, oh my word. So the provision mostly directly linked to the notification of South African criminal procedure is usually Section 35 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, specifically the rights of arrested, detained, and accused persons. Right? This section, Jay, is dealing with this section requires that a detained person must be informed promptly of the reason for arrest and also the okay, let's start. Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about SEPS detention protocols quickly, right? Because that's what Uram Sipile has done today to dismantle the entire myth, yep, Senzo Meyiwa case against the 5 accused. Right now, Bayazi, Boshela, Lapo. So what are we looking at? The provision mostly directly linked to the notification of rights in South African criminal procedure is usually Section 35 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, specifically the rights of arrested, detained, and accused persons. This section requires that a detained person must be informed promptly of the reason for the arrest, the right to remain silent, the consequences of not remaining silent, the right to legal representation, and other constitutional protections. Now, Constitution of South Africa, Section 35, in practical SEPS detention procedure, this is often tied to the issuing of reading of the Notice of Rights form. Entries in the SEP 13 detention register, SEP 10 OB, which is called occurrence book, and sometimes supporting forms confirming that rights were explained in a language understood by the detainee. What becomes extremely important in a case like the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial is whether rights were actually explained, in which language, by whom, at what exact time, and whether the records support the police version. That is why this line of questioning is strategically dangerous for the state. Ramsipile is not here to play. Ramsipile is not here to play because once the witness confirms there are mandatory registers, mandatory procedures, mandatory documentation, mandatory movement recordings, mandatory medical records, and constitutional obligations, then the defense can later compare the official records, AVL vehicle movements, hospital visits. Do you see where is Ramsipile going with this? Detention timelines, occurrence book entries, and the alleged torture coercion periods. If gaps appear, the defense can argue unlawful detention, undocumented removals, procedural contamination, violation of constitutional rights, or even fabrication after the fact. Legally, that directly impacts voluntariness of confessions, admissibility under the Criminal Procedure Act, and the credibility of the entire investigative process. Now, the question here is very methodical. Ramsipile is not merely asking what is SEP 14. He is building a procedural foundation, a chain of custody map, and a constitutional compliance test. And once the police witness agrees on what should happen procedurally, the defense can later confront the court with the evidence showing those procedures were not followed in this case. That is where these seemingly boring register questions becomes exclusive. Later in a trial, before in a trial, within a trial, this was a thing, if you guys remember. Now, Ramsipile is trying, remember I said to previous videos that Ramsipile is now done with fighting. Yeah, they were beaten because now we don't have anything to show for it much. Now he's coming for the foundation of the case and he is eating it up. Yes, and he's leaving nothing, no stones unturned. He's making sure on everything. If you've noticed from Thursday, when he called the brother of Ntanzi, that was him saying, wozani la magwala, angensabi nonke nina, wozani la magwala, nina nizimela nge-narrative, Now I'm going to dismantle that bloody narrative into thin tonton, because right now where he is, uRamsipile akadlali. Guys, please make sure go watch the video where I speak about how Ramsipile has become the best of the best, how he has become the monster in that courtroom, how Judge Rata, including Baloyi, have created a monster in the courtroom out of Ramsipile without them realizing that he was not being tatazeling. He was busy studying the battlefield. I like the new him. I like this version of him because akadlali nabafana. Akadlali nabafana. He's showing up, he's showing off, and he's like nizondazi. Nina nizonqonda nindazi. He's there. Nizonqonda nindazi. Akadlali nabo, because right now Ubaloyi is frustrated to the core. Baloyi and the entire cold case unity, everything Jay, kuma petu petu right now, because Ramsipile has come. Ramsipile has come for all of them, and Ramsipile is not playing. And at this point, guys, please let's continue praying for these guys. Let's continue praying for these guys, because kuvele kwabasawa yonke into. If you guys are noticing this, I'm gonna do a video checking about what happens when these things are not coming together, in a sense of legally, what could this mean if this or this, in fact, the entire day to day, what we have dealt with is something that could break or make the case. This is something that could break or make the case. And if you saw Judge Rata's demeanor and the comments here and there that he made, you would understand ukuthi kushubile, and the defense lawyers are not playing with these guys now. They are no longer playing. They are out here. They are out here for blood. They have, do you remember that about Gininda were acting like vampires, Nabo Baloyi? Right now, the vampires in their own world, they are being dealt with by humans. Vampires are being dealt with by humans right now, because my goodness, what is happening in that courtroom. And I don't know if you guys have noticed the teamwork between Ramsipile and the other lawyers. Do you see how he asked? In fact, I have come to notice ukuthi Ramsipile yena, I don't think he was ever a prosecutor before. And these other three were prosecutors before in their careers. Now, that is a huge deal for Ramza, because these three understands exactly what is needed, when and how. So when Ramsipile stands up and does something, before he can move forward, he goes and consults with them to make sure, am I still on the right track? And the way Umnisi responds, and oh, bravo, Sana. Bravo, because right now that teamwork, it's moving mountains for Ramsipile. It's moving. God Almighty is in that courtroom. Jehovah, why is Mithandazo? And he's there because tell me, why isn't there not slow? Okay, it looks slowly, but this is not slow, guys. When there are people that are unable to sleep because of what is happening at work, no, that is not slow. There are people who are unable to sleep. There are people that are unable to sleep, and there is a behavior that we are used to when it's defense, but now that behavior was thrown back to the state side, and that is not a joke, Kesan. That is not something small, that is huge. So, guys, what did you notice today when it comes to this guy? Okay, before I even say what did you notice, when that guy, I forgot his name, the colonel from Valeria police station, when he first got introduced, how were you feeling? Because I was one of those people who were like, I was sitting here like, I want to see this. I want to see, where is this going? I was like, Kosiam. I don't want to even lie. I'm not going to even act as if I was confident. But the moment Ramsipile started asking questions that are dealing with the procedure, I got up and I started sitting. Oh, I look like my mother. Oh, mother. I look like mother right now. When I started sitting like this, and I was like, and then I started listening, and I was like, no, man. In fact, I've been right about you, Advocate Ramsipile. I've been very right about this man. He is very intelligent. Oh, he is intelligent. He lets nothing pass by Gesana at this point, because tell me why. He is forcing people to do right. Ubabambe, eh, wakha wayibona i-toddler xa iseyibambe ikati idlala ngayo ka yay uRamsipile is there ke son, because wow, what we are seeing in that courtroom is not child's play. That is what I can tell you at this point. When what have you noticed when it comes to this entire situation? How were you feeling when you first heard there's a police officer that came through? What were your thoughts? And I'm still hopeful that the other police officer that is going to come is Lesheba. I'm still hopeful, but we will see. Time will tell. But case Kantanzi is becoming more easier than we thought. It's becoming more and more leaning on a side right. I want to hear from you, your views, your points. What are your thoughts when it comes to all of this? Because wow, Sana, Ushubile, that is all I can tell you. At this point, it was a kikin abokininda nabobaloyi. And the one thing that has made it very nice for today is that ubaloyi wathula ngathi usemangcwabeni, wathula ngathi ukwi-shelf emoshwali sana. There komosh. Ngathi usecebo lethu sana, wathula ngathi usecebo lethu, if you understand what I mean, because what? And now I'm very confident. There is nothing that they can do. They can only say, ayiko EOB. Ayiko occurrence book. That is all that they can say. Uku try Obama ibe my existe ibe inge no. I don't give Geninda so much credit. I guess it doesn't. It's not like he's a very smart person. He's not that sharp, guys. He can try and convince people, but the moment Abantu can figure you out, you must know you are not that sharp. Yes, you are sharp, but not that sharp. Yeah, bo. The moment you are used to being sharp and get away with Abantu, there is going to be a time that the one person is going to dismantle the hell out of you. And that is exactly what is happening right now. What are your thoughts? I want to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.